So if you guys are into stuff like this, yes, jumbos, then stick around because you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be so much fun. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it's your first time here, my name's Ross, and in today's video we're ice fishing again. The main target, jumbo perch. This lake is extremely fertile, and these fish are always puking up bug muck. There's just so much in here for them to eat. I'm expecting to get quite a bit of engagement out of these fish, but not a whole lot of actual strikes. And historically, that's just the way this lake has been. Usually, though, if you do get them to bite, they're pretty nice fish. There we go. Doesn't feel like an absolute giant. Come here, buddy. Okay, that is not a giant, but it is a good start. And that one shouldn't be too hard to upgrade, so let's keep going. We're fishing about 33 feet of water this morning, and that's been a pretty good depth out here as far as, you know, having consistent fish activity for at least the first few hours of daylight. And this fishery is also an awesome rainbow trout fishery, and even though we will be doing some of that, we're just not going to be doing any of that today. Holy hell, what did I do? Can you see the magic? Right there. Glow tungsten, mealworm body, single maggot. I feel like whenever I fish a body of water that's loaded with bug muck, which is, you know, just a combination of things like plankton and other aquatic insects and whatnot, whenever I fish a body of water like that, I usually try to keep it subtle, downsize, you know. Tungsten's usually the way to go. You get a better readout, especially when we're fishing slightly deeper water like this. And then I just want it to smell like bugs. That's what I want. That's what they're feeding on. We got one coming up here right now. Let's see if he'll smoke it. Man, they just rush it like they're going to crush it. And then they just stop. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you change your jig? Well, I have about 1,400 times on this body of water. Oh, maybe this one? Mother. I get quite a bit of engagement out of these fish, but they always seem to fall back at the last second. And then for whatever reason, every once in a while, you'll have a really active fish come in and just smoke it. Now I'm running split zoom on my Vexlar, and I'm actually looking at the bottom 12 feet of the water column. And these fish are coming in suspended. They're coming in off the bottom, and they'll come up as much as, you know, 10, 15 feet up off the bottom. To look at a jig, there we go. This one feels a little heavier, but he's really giving it the berries initially. Oh yeah, there we go. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, there's a pile of fish down there. So number one, this is our first keeper. So let's get him on the ice. Nice. Look at that, little tungsten jig, mealworm body, single maggot. That fish came up all the way like 14 feet up off the bottom. And it seems like when I get these fish to engage, when they start coming, and you can see one will just have a quicker pace than the rest of them, you gotta keep it moving, gotta keep lifting it, gotta keep lifting. If you park it, they'll turn into the rest of them where they just roll up on it, park it, and then after a minute or so lose interest and peel away. So when we do get a fish that's engaged with us, keep him coming, keep him moving with it. A lot of the times these perch will do an inverted bite like you see a lot of the times with crappies. And you just have to be prepared, because even though they're nice fish, it's a subtle bite. And a lot of the time that rod tip will just lift slightly, or you'll just get that gentle load in the rod. Again, running the zoom feature on my Vexlar, I'm initially keeping that jig about 6 feet off the bottom. Here comes one, he's kind of rushing it. Oh, mother. And like I was saying initially, I'm keeping that jig about 6 feet off the bottom, and then anytime I see a suspended fish come through, I see a fish come in above me, that's the most active fish, and I try to get up to that fish. and then get him to engage and then keep him rising. That's usually when the strike comes. Okay, coming down, we're going to stop this jig about 6 feet off the bottom. And then, like I said, we're watching these fish and we're looking for any one of them that just appears to be moving a little bit quicker up the stream. We just want to move in a little bit quicker, showing on average slightly more interest than some of the other fish. And like I said, if you see one come in above you, get above him right away, try to get him to engage, and then keep him coming. Oh man, he came up and licked it. I mean, I was just getting ready to set the hook. Damn it. Okay, here comes another one. There, just like that. This feels like it could be another nice one. Again, that fish came up and ate that bait about 10 feet up off the bottom after he had chased it up for 3 or 4 feet. It feels like it's going to be another keeper, so come on, baby. That'll do. Not a giant. Not a giant. Looks like a nice little male, but he's going to have some good fillets on him, baby. Right there. I like that. 10.5, 11 incher. I can see that he's a male. He's just got that lean body, but the fillets are going to be about the same size. So for whatever reason in this body of water, these fish really seem to key in on that horizontal presentation. So if you swing and miss on one and your jig flops down, it's over. You're going to have 10, 15, 20 fish come up and look to it and just not take it. And I don't know if that's, true for every body of water, but for this particular body of water, that seems to be the case. So if you swing and miss on one, reel your jig up, get it horizontal, make sure it looks as nice as it can, and then get it back down there. As far as the color of my jig, I've caught them on plain tungsten, I've caught them on gold, I've caught them on green, I've caught them on pink. It just seems like it's more about keeping the presentation subtle and then keeping as many fish engaged with you as you can. And if you keep grinding them out like that, you're going to end up smacking a few nice perch. Okay, coming up again. Oh, that was instant. Nope. Dink. So far, all of my strikes have been, up over 6 feet off the bottom. A lot of the times you're in the bottom 2 feet of the water column. And this is just one of those bodies of water that's kind of particular. I'm sure you guys have, a goofy body of water like that. Mother! Generally speaking, perch fishing's supposed to be easy. They should just rush in and smoke it, but it's been my experience. When you start getting into these fish and they're just full of that bug muck, those fish are the toughest ones to catch because they're not really eating anything other than, microscopic organisms like the plankton and whatnot. And that's a pretty tough pattern to copy. I don't know. We'll just go outside and hole hop for a minute and see if we can learn anything out there. There. Oh, he's digging like a champion. Oh, I think that one will do it. Barely, but it's gonna work. We can fillet that one, right? That's gotta be, near 10 incher anyways. Catching a few perch. Whoa. Jeez, that must be a rainbow. It's gotta be a trout. It's just way too head shaky. Which typically, we don't catch them off bottom out here a whole lot. Every once in a while. Mr. Rainbow. Crabs. Okay, cool. Good for you. Thanks for picking out my jig. Alright, let's go try another hole really quick. There we go. Yeah, boy, I had to work for that one, but this is going to be a nice one. Oh, that'll work. We can keep that one. It ain't happening easy, but it's happening. We gotta stay. I'm not leaving. Huh. Oh, come on. Oh, it's gonna be a nice one. This is gonna be a nice one. Boy, this must be a rainbow. Totally. Damn it. Oh, he's a bleeder. Okay. Whoops. Oh, no, he didn't. He did. He broke my hook. That sucks. All right. That didn't take too long. Never happens like that. Doesn't feel like a bad one. That will do. Okay, let's get this hook out of his face without breaking our hook. Oh. Let go of the ice. That one's a little male. He's long enough, that's for sure. We're gonna kick him back though. Thanks, buddy. Okay, we got a couple more nice ones, which I'm super stoked about, but it's pretty stinking cold outside with the wind, which is probably only, 5 to 10 miles an hour. So I'm gonna take these fish and the cameras, we're gonna hop in the shack, and we're gonna spend our last little bit jigging in the comfort and warmth. So, let's go. I love perch fishing. Oh, jumbos. Well, everybody, that is gonna just about wrap it up. Overall, it was a success, a bit of a grind, but we squeaked them out. Ended up keeping a couple more than 5. A couple of them got hooked pretty deep, and there's no sense in releasing those fish. But we didn't beat them up too bad. If anything, I'd say that they beat me up pretty good. Marked a ton of fish, was able to squeak out a few really nice jumbo perch, which I absolutely love. So anyways, we're gonna pack up all this gear, and we are going to head for the truck. If you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. And we're gonna be back out on the ice again tomorrow. Mariah and Brock both have the day, which means that I'm taking them fishing, and it should be a pretty good time. I think we're gonna be doing some jaw jackers tomorrow, chasing these rainbows around. Anyways, don't forget to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and as always, get out there with your family and your friends and go catch some fish. Because if you haven't been fishing lately, then shame on you. Shame on you. All right, I'm gonna go clean some fish. See you tomorrow.